Sports. This is Brian Anderson with Hall of Famers Grant Hill and Doris Burke. Allie LaForce, our reporter. Doris, when we saw these two teams come up on the schedule, this was one you and I were looking forward to.
Oh, my goodness. This was one I've had circled for sure. And the reason, two teams that executed a high level, and boy, do they play at breakneck speed.
Here's Holmgren. And the big finish by Holmgren.
And before he even leaves the floor, Holmgren has the ball at rim level.
To the inside. Pass to Okogie. And so Ime Udoka decides to call timeout. He's going to talk it over with his guys. Now, Doris, when it comes to the mid-range game, is anyone better than SGA?
Boy, when you think of the all-time efficient greats, Kevin Durant comes to mind. But SGA is carving out that kind of career. You can post him from the mid-range. His handle gets him to the spots on the floor he wants. He wears that area of the floor out.
5 on the clock. For 3, Durant. Hartenstein pulls it in. Here's SGA. Holmgren outside. It's Dort on the wing. Ooh, too long in the paint. And he's hit with a 3-second violation. Oklahoma City shooting their first free throw in this game. And so he hits the technical free throw. Doris, from the 11th pick in 2018, the last year's league MVP. How did Shai Gilgeous-Alexander make that kind of leap? Well,
you don't get there without incredible work habits. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander puts time in the offseason to grow every single aspect of his game. There's also maturity he plays with beyond his years. You can't speed him up. He's a 3-level scorer, and he contributes to one of the most dangerous defenses in the league.
Tipped away. And so it looks like it'll be Houston's ball. Here's Thompson. Five to shoot. This one for 3.
The defensive end of the floor is what started Lu Dort getting minutes, and this guy's so difficult to score against.
Pass to Holmgren. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. And here's Dort. Launches it. And another miss by Oklahoma City.
I'm not sure he expected to be that wide open and yet somehow comes away empty.
On the wing, Durant. They double-team Durant. And so the ball out of bounds. Gilgeous-Alexander touched it last. Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
A bit ago, Ime Udoka and I were able to chat. We talked about the challenges the defense faces when dealing with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He said once Shai gets under the arc, it's impossible to prevent a shot. He's too shifty, so we need to be ready to help off on the wings early and try and bump him out to the perimeter. Not easy to control the movements of Shai. Back to you.
Great work, Allie. Thanks. And here we go. The Rockets in transition. And that one's good by Durant.
Josh Okogie's ability to create offense for his team with his defensive ability on display right there.
They're in trouble if they let him post like that.
You've got to deny the position to afford them no opportunity at making that entry pass into the post.
And so it looks like the Rockets will retain possession here.
Great read to get a hand in there and disrupt the play.
And offensively, a little bit of a careless toss. You could have used a better angle on that pass.
Thunder leading by 3. Pass to Hartenstein. Gilgeous-Alexander on the wing. Hartenstein a screen. Tries it from 19. Wallace outside. Inside. Here's Holmgren. It's rebounded by Şengün.
Boy, he won't miss many of those, but it certainly happens and did there.
Well, Grant, you look up and down this Thunder roster. It is just loaded with winning players.
Yeah, B.A. Guys who are going to make the right play, defend their spot, move without the ball. I mean, they've built something special in OKC, piece by piece.
Launches a 3. And it's Holmgren with a rebound. And so it's Holmgren with it. He brings it up for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Wallace with it. Guarded by Smith. Stolen by Thompson. Outside Durant. They double team Durant. To the paint. Pass to Thompson. Shot clock at 3. Houston needs to get off a shot. Şengün, no good. Thunder with a lead. Outside, SGA. Down low. Hartenstein, no good.
Aggressive mindset, but the defender just as determined to send him away empty-handed.
Foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line. It's going to go on Chet Holmgren.
Now, Kevin Durant is such a difficult check, right? You've got to guard against the shot, and this is where he can draw contact and make it so difficult.
And that one misses. Grant, is it fair to call Kevin Durant one of the most unique players we've ever seen?
Without a doubt, B.A., most definitely. The blend of size and perimeter skill, unprecedented. KD able to rise up and score over most any defender.
A streamlined rebuild for the Rockets. In 2021, they trade away James Harden. 4 years later, the number 2 seed in the West, Grant.
And they haven't shortchanged their future either. Sure, they've added key veterans, but the bulk of their roster still very young with room to grow.
And here is Thompson. No points yet. Pass to Durant. Shoots. They get it back. Adams. Durant with it. 5 points in the game. Back to Smith. There's the 3. That's good. And so Durant with the assist.
This is Smith's game. Set him up and he'll knock him down.
55 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Pass to Joe. Stolen by Thompson. Here's Smith. 2 shots, 2 makes. Off to a good start.
Well, when you combine Durant's size with his vision and the touch on his passing, it's easy for him.
Outside Joe. 32 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. 6 to shoot. To stop the drought. And again, Oklahoma City, no good. Houston leading by 5. Pass to Adams. On the wing, Durant. Over Mitchell. Here's Adams. Gets it off. And so it's Houston closing out the quarter with a 7-point lead. They've had incredible success defensively, taking away good looks and pressure. Shooters. And don't go far. We'll be right back. And for those of you just tuning in, second quarter action is where we are. And now we get a little perspective here on how the hustle game has been for the Rockets.
Well, the effort they've shown on defense has been infectious. Everyone on this team continuing to jump at opportunities to come away with steals.
Outside Finney-Smith. The 3 is up. The Thunder pull it in. Holmgren deciding where to go with it. Pass to SGA. Tipped. Thompson with a steal. All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Thank you. Coach Mark Daigneault talked about the Thunder's system of player development, and he said, we try to do things that serve both the team and the individual, and then it's easier for guys to commit to it. And if that happens, then you have an environment that can be pretty powerful. Back over to you.
Turning potential into production. Thanks a lot, Allie. To the middle. Laid it in with a nice touch off the window. And now an 11-point Houston lead.
You see there, Thompson does a good job of sneaking into the lane and finishing. And you just can't afford to give up that kind of look very often.
Outside, Green. Back to Okogie. Shot clock at 6. Count that one. Thompson's got 6 here in the quarter.
And the defense has no one to blame but themselves. I mean, they just let him get right to the rim.
To me, this has simply stated been a complete lack of defensive attention and focus all night long.
Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Puts up a 3. Pass to Caruso. Second chance effort. Thompson pulls it in.
Boy, that was his shot to miss. This guy's a terrific mid-range shooter.
Here's Adams. Good setup. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup. And the Rockets lead by 15. They're searching for a way to score.
Yeah, buckets have been very tough to come by.
Outside Gilgeous-Alexander. Stolen by Thompson. In transition, here they come. Here's Okogie. Oklahoma City grabs a miss. Pass to SGA. And one key for quality teams in this league, beating the opponents you're supposed to beat. What goes into that, Grant?
Well, B.A., they call them trap games. An opponent that on paper isn't up to your level, especially when they're missing key guys. The thing is, can you find that juice to take care of business?
Thompson in the post. The rebound by Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Thunder trail by 15. Outside for Mitchell. Will it go? Sends it home from three-point land.
Well, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander facilitating for his team right now. What a pretty pass.
Outside, Green. To the left wing. Let's go with a 3. Williams grabs the board.
It's tough to get open in this league, and when you do, it hurts not to capitalize.
SGA can't get it to go. Outside Finney-Smith. Pass to Thompson. Houston working the ball around. From outside, off the mark.
And even after airtight defense like that, you still just expect him to hit those kind of shots.
Goes back up. Chet going to work inside.
And this is what coach wants to see from Holmgren. Outworking the defense to get a second chance look.
When it comes to the scoring ability of Chet Holmgren, there's a lot to talk about, Doris.
Oh, come on, B.A. This guy's 7'1" and a sweet shooter from long range. He can put it on the deck and get to the mid-range. He can finish at the rim. Oh, my goodness, look out.
Now here's Caruso. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. No good there. That would have cut it to single digits. To the paint. Pass to Adams. Now here's Thompson. Lays it up and in on the nice reverse. And the Rockets lead by 12.
Oh, just an easy reverse for him. He has nice feel and touch around the bucket.
Now SGA. Here's SGA on the drive. Ooh, can't get it to fall. 0 for 6 now. 1:10 left in the first half of this one. Thompson outside. Okogie on the wing. Pass to Adams. Oklahoma City grabs a miss. Now Gilgeous-Alexander fires from deep. Adams grabs the miss.
He's cold from distance here in the second quarter. May want to try a different approach moving forward.
Here's Okogie. Lets it go from deep. Finney Smith's shot is off. It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. And the shot goes.
Well, that's SGA in a nutshell right there. Quickness, length, guile, finishing on the interior.
Outside, Green. It's tipped. And so the ball out of bounds. Caruso touched it last.
Good ball. Substitution on the board.
Back to Durant. Dort with a steal. That one no good. Amen Thompson. He's feeling it tonight. And he's been the driving force for Houston. 8 points in the quarter, showing how effective he can be. We're coming right back. Don't go anywhere. And we've got third quarter basketball here. 2 quarters in the books. Houston leading by 10. And how about the Thunder? Doris, last season bringing home the first major professional sports title in the state of Oklahoma.
And what a fan base they have celebrating this historic achievement. And you think about the way this roster was built, through smart draft choices, through player development, and through a young, brilliant basketball coach. This team remains young, they're united, they're together, and it could be the first of many.
The screener was leaning a bit right there. His feet may not have been planted. Pretty obvious call by the officials.
You know, he's just leaning a little bit. You try to get away with it, but boy, the official all over it.
Outside Durant. Jacks up a 3. And the three-pointer is good for Durant.
One of the tough things about Kevin Durant, doesn't matter if it's off the dribble or in this situation off the catch, Durant one of the best, period.
Outside, SGA. Durant pulls it in. Houston leading by 13. On the wing, Durant. Pass to Şengün. Houston working the ball around. Here's the 3. Oklahoma City grabs a miss. And it's Kevin Durant with the foul. That's his first foul.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Third quarter of basketball. We're about a minute and a half in. Pass to Hartenstein. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Oklahoma City needs to get off a shot. Wallace misses. And at this point, they're loving this big lead.
Absolutely. And they haven't really faced a lot of resistance.
And here's Durant. Şengün, the screen. Takes a 3. That doesn't go either for Durant.
Not himself from range right now, but the only way out of this funk is to keep trying.
To the wing, right side. Şengün with a steal. Durant looking around. Back to Tate. Pass to Smith. And here's Shepard for 3. Hartenstein pulls it in.
And the defense got away with one there. I mean, that's a shot he typically makes.
A chance here to catch up with Ali from the sideline.
Thanks, Brian. There's a resemblance in Alperen Şengün's game. Coach Udoka said he's got a little bit of Joker in him. That's the first thing you'll see. Şengün acknowledged the comparison, adding our passing skills and touch under the rim is similar, but Joker is like monster level. I want to get to that level. Brian?
He is on the rise. Thank you, Ali. And it's exceptional, the level of commitment that Ime Udoka has inspired from this Rockets team.
Yeah, B.A. I mean, he's a player's coach, but very demanding, and he holds everyone accountable. It's all about professionalism and purpose.
Outside Durant. Over Dort. Smith controls the rebound and the putback. Smith's got 7 points.
I mean, the motor this kid has is unmatched. Smith goes up with a purpose. And what an aggressive move to the rim. He's really trying to fire up his teammates right now.
Boy, it's not hard to feel inspired after a teammate makes that kind of finish.
Where was the defense? No help. You can't afford to give up these kinds of buckets.
Just 5 on the clock. Shepard. And it's Holmgren with a rebound. And so it's Holmgren with it. He brings it up for the Thunder. Since halftime, they've only allowed 5 points. To the inside. That's tipped. Oh, stolen by Tate. Pass to Şengün. And stolen by Hartenstein. Outside Gilgeous-Alexander. Hartenstein a screen. Outside for Dort. From deep. It's hauled in by Houston. For 3, Durant. Gilgeous-Alexander with a rebound.
This has not been his best quarter.
And you know what? They keep calling his number, and they're simply trying to get him out of this funk.
Gets it down to single digits.
3 points.
Wallace has gotten himself going. KD says hello.
That Kevin Durant is a gifted shot maker. What you can do, I can do better.
And so Ime Udoka decides to call timeout. A moment to rest and confer on the game plan. And the Thunder were already a tough defensive unit, Doris. Went out and got more stoppers last season in Isaiah Hartenstein and Alex Caruso.
It is a prerequisite for Mark Daigneault that you be able to guard your backside off on the defensive end. They lean into their strengths. They were the best of the West in 2024, and then you go out and get better. That front office is first level good. So good.
.156 left in the third. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Hartenstein. Offline with a 3. Houston leading by 11. Pass to Thompson. Houston working the ball around. The second effort. The 3, Smith knocks down the triple. Smith's got 5 points in the quarter.
And Smith has such confidence rising up from deep. This is what's going to make him so dangerous here in the pros.
Ooh, stolen by Smith. Durant for 3. And Houston another 3. And a breakdown here, guys, of the hustle stats for Houston.
Yeah, they've collected an impressive number of steals so far, using fast hands to force some turnovers and then scoring on the other end.
Pass to Wiggins. Now Joe. A shot to stop the run. And they turn it over. Shot clock violation as the buzzer sounds. And we've got 28 seconds left in the third quarter. Pass to Durant. And so it's going to be a 3-second violation. On the defense. And he'll be shooting his first free throw.
Line for your Rockets, Alperen Sengun. At the line, shooting 1. One shot.
– 19 seconds left to play in the third quarter of basketball. And that's a foul called on Isaiah Hartenstein. That's foul number 2 for him.
Second personal foul. First team foul.
We've got 13 seconds left in the third. Durant for 3. And the Rockets hit again from deep.
And for so many teams in the NBA, establishing the three-point shot is goal number 1 on offense. He's definitely doing his part tonight.
No doubt it's a growing trend, Greg, and he is highly accurate tonight.
And so it's Houston sitting on a comfortable 21-point lead at the end of the quarter. Well, when you win the battle of turnovers, you typically win the battle of possessions. We'll be right back. And 1 quarter to go in a game that, to this point, has not been an evenly fought contest. Here's Joe. Pass to Hartenstein. Oh, and makes it with the kiss. 6 points for Isaiah Hartenstein.
Listen, he's carrying his own weight, there's no doubt, but it is very hard to win a basketball game by yourself.
To the wing on the left. The 3, Smith. Another 3 from Houston.
They are unconscious from outside, and so far, the defense has had no answer.
Well, that's the whole point, isn't it? If you space the floor well enough, it's almost impossible for the defense to account for everyone.
Pass to Sengun. Here's Smith. Pounded by Wiggins. Back to Smith. And the Rockets hit again from deep.
Yeah, a prolific score from all 3 levels. Smith showing off here tonight.
They've been having major problems offensively.
Definitely in a bit of a dry spell.
They've got a commanding lead.
It just seems like everything is going their way.
On the wing, Finney Smith. Outside Durant. And looks like an illegal pick was set. That gets the ref's attention.
One of the trickier plays to judge, but it would be hard to argue against the call.
It is really difficult to get your feet completely set, to stay completely still. It's almost surprising to me that it isn't called more often.
Timeout called, the Thunder. Oklahoma City making a switch here. We've gone about a minute and a half into this fourth quarter. Pass to Williams. And Williams punches it home.
Assisted by
When you can get off the floor like that, that wipes away any height advantage.
Here's Shepard. Inside. Clock at 6. Here's Finney Smith. That three's off the mark. And here's Caruso. Down low. And down it goes. Jam that one home.
And despite the size mismatch, getting a little aggressive down there in the paint.
Some guys just relish the challenge. Find a way, and he does.
Outside Durant. From the arc. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Caruso with it. Pass to Williams. Unloads. Good D by Finney Smith. The Rockets lead by 21. Here's Shepard. Back to Finney Smith. Here's Shepard. Rebound by Wiggins. And so it's Wiggins with it. He brings it up for the Thunder. So far in the fourth, they've allowed just 6 points. Tipped!
And putting his length to good work. Smith gets aggressive and finds the block.
And we've got a timeout called by Ime Udoka. No doubt he's going to utilize the opportunity to make sure they're all on the same page here. Fourth quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by now. Outside Finney Smith to get back on track. Good work defensively by Caruso. Thunder trail by 21. Trying to find a spark here.
Yes, indeed. A rough stretch offensively. They could really use a basket.
Pass to Okogie. Houston working the ball around. Here's Shepard. Dort defending. Shot clock at 5. Back to Finney Smith. And he throws it down. What a terrific lead pass.
Dorian Finney-Smith has the ability athletically to finish near the cup, and he does so there.
And SGA gets it to go.
It's nice to see they're not settling for three-pointers. These guys are putting in the work inside.
Left side, Finney Smith. And stolen by Caruso. Pushing it up the floor. Here comes Oklahoma City. And there's a 3-second violation.
He pushed a little too hard there trying to close the gap. And yes, he paid the price.
That's a big miscue, and you hate to see that happen at this point in the game.
So it's the Rockets now. Earlier in the game, they held a 25-point lead.
2 minutes remaining in the game.
Pass to Okogie. Here's Shepard. 6 to shoot. Here's Capella. Nice assist and nice finish. Solid play all the way around. Capella's got his first points of the game.
And what do you know? Capella with the high percentage look. That's his motto.
Right side, SGA. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2.
First personal foul.
Let's remember, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is 6'6", so getting on the interior is not a problem.
Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. 2 shots.
Both free throws good from Gilgeous-Alexander. A minute and a half left to play in the fourth quarter of this one.
And let's face it, this one was never really in question. They came out with purpose and just overwhelmed the opposition. A great win for the Rockets.
And it was a big-time performance across the board. They looked like they were having fun out there, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., it was almost like watching a cat play with a mouse. I mean, they did pretty much anything they wanted to do out there today.
And of all the highlights and performances we've seen here tonight, the one thing that stands out is what an unbelievable night it's been for Kevin Durant.
Boy, it's not just the scoring he gave them, it was the efficiency with which he did it.
So it's both teams making substitutions here. Doubled by Joe. Out of bounds, it'll be Thunderball.
Oklahoma City.
And you have to be more careful with the basketball. These are possessions that you don't get back.
There's 49 seconds left to play in the fourth quarter. Now here's Mitchell. Pass to Joe. For 3. Thompson pulls it in.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
Here's Okogie. Outside Durant. 3-pointer. Hits the trifecta.
With very little left on the clock, they've got a comfortable lead, and the fans are loving it.
Well, they're getting ready to celebrate, no doubt. They know it's theirs to lose at this point.
Screen by Holmgren. To the paint. Ooh, stolen by Smith. Outside Durant. Misses there. And so Houston takes this one by a big margin. We saw 2 different teams tonight. One played with confidence, operating flawlessly. The other just looked lost.
And the energy in this building was awesome. The crowd was involved from the jump, and once they started to really pour it on, it was fun to see how it all came together.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Doris Burke, Alex.
This is a certified stunner. Did enough to live twice, you a newcomer. I'm a certified stunner. Kick up dust, men them fuss. One shame, shoot get scuffed. They act tough, trust none regardless. We are duck. Slither in the cup, with them much snakes hidden in my garden. I see a fraud thing, crowns on a boss. Kings, falls of the offspring, still chasing lost dreams. Whoa, let me console you, I come on you. Transforming sheep into buffalo soldiers. Used to play hide and seek, now I seek where they hide. Try to desert us like we ain't want a piece of the pie. I'm certified. When it come to walking with God, I'm certified. Every time I step in the booth and I bust a rhyme, I'm immortalized, cause real, we never die. Yeah, certified stunner. Who among us is a certified stunner? Did enough to live twice, you a newcomer. I'm a certified stunner, talk nice. Certified stunner. Who among us is a certified stunner? Did enough to live twice, you a newcomer. I'm a certified stunner. 24/7, 365, 24/7, 365, 24/7, 365. Yeah, all the time, 24/7, 365, 24/7, 365, 24/7, 365. Yeah, all the time, change, it's the same old thing. And the game won't change, it's the same old thing. Primo, dynamic duo. Dynamic
운전한 입조차 쉽고 일 없어 잠 못 들던 그때보다 조금은 잃었어 우리
Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports for this NBA presentation. This is Brian Anderson, Coach Stan Van Gundy, and the Hall of Famer Grant Hill here with me at the table, and Allie LaForce reporting from the sidelines. So the Timberwolves will get the first possession. Outside Edwards. Launches it. It's hauled in by Houston. And you watch Alperen Sengun. He's a beast on the blocks, Graham.
Yeah, B.A. He throws his weight around. But what separates him is his skill. Against the best post defenders in the league, he comes up with creative ways to score.
And Edwards slams it in.
Talk about a guy who runs the floor. Edwards gets down there on the fast break so quickly.
Back to Smith. Houston working the ball around. Durant for three.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
McDaniels from long range. From outside the arc. Smith with the rebound.
And you just can't afford to give up that kind of look very often.
Outside Durant. Right wing. Back to Thompson. Pass to Smith. From the arc. Count it. 1 for 1 to start the game.
And Smith has such confidence rising up from deep. This is what's going to make him so dangerous here in the pros.
Inside. Here's Gobert. That's in. Coming off an assist from Randall. And it's Houston's ball. And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Thanks. I spoke with Houston's head coach for a bit. Coach spoke about how Rudy Gobert can change a game defensively. He had all the praise in the world, saying there are so few players at this level that can make a player fearful of shooting inside. Rudy is one of them. You have to get over the idea of hearing footsteps and be okay with having a shot blocked every now and then. Guys, back to you.
Okay, thank you, Allie.
Yeah, Randall's so powerful on the take. Really tough for a defender to get in front.
Sengun, the screen. Up again. Great positioning on the putback.
That's a pure effort play. Nice tip in.
And that's a skill you see in any strong offensive rebounder, isn't it? Picked by Gobert. Got a piece of it.
And putting his length to good work. Smith gets aggressive and finds the block.
Pass to Okogie. Thompson left side. DiVincenzo with a steal. Randall inside. And it's Randall with the jam.
Yeah, and anytime there's contact in there with Randall, he usually gets the best of it.
Pass to Smith. From behind the arc. Drains the triple. Smith's got 6 points.
You don't want to let him get into a rhythm from out there.
And it's exceptional, the level of commitment that Ime Udoka has inspired from this Rockets team, Grant.
Yeah, I mean, he's a player's coach, but very demanding, and he holds everyone accountable. It's all about professionalism and purpose.
Now here's Edwards. Drops in the layup for 2.
Well, I love when guys like Edwards work inside. Don't settle for jumpers. Get a solid look close to the rim.
Here's Thompson. He's scoreless. And it's going to be a 3-second call. Minnesota in the lead. Outside McDaniels.
Houston foul. Josh Okogie. First personal foul. First team foul. And for Minnesota, Nas Reed.
Now here's Edwards. This one for 3. And it doesn't fall for him. Made 2, missed 2 now. It's McDaniels on the wing. Yes, and it's Edwards picking up the assist. And a look at how the hustle game has been going for Minnesota.
Well, our coaching staff has to be happy with how active they've been defensively, forcing turnovers and making the offense uncomfortable.
To the paint. Here's Şengün. The kick to Durant. Pass to Okogie. Out to the right wing. 5 to shoot. The 3, Smith. Gets rebounded by Minnesota. And there's a minute 45 left in the first quarter here. And a foul on Jabari Smith. That's his first foul of the game.
First personal foul. Second team foul. Substitution on the court.
And there's 1:38 left in the first. Outside Conley. Three-pointer. Gets the 3 to fall.
Just a smart offensive player. Conley is aware of when he should look to rise and fire. Whew, I love it.
Up top, Durant. Houston working the ball around. Pass to Okogie. And stolen by Clark. Outside Conley. Here's Reed. 6 to shoot. The Timberwolves need to get off a shot here. A chance to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. Rockets trail by 8. Things just don't seem to be clicking for them offensively.
Yeah, they really need to find a way to get back on track.
And it's slammed in by Durant.
And when Durant is clear for takeoff, no hesitation.
9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Out to the wing. Miller outside. Back to Clark. Lets the 3 fly. Thompson pulls it in. With 4 on the clock. And the slam dunk by Thompson.
How about the bounce?
We can call that bounce per ounce. Can't be denied. And we've reached the end of the first quarter. It's Minnesota. They're up by 4. And we'll bring you the start of quarter number 2 when we return. If you're just joining us, we played through 1 quarter in this one. And when you consider how Minnesota is doing, guys, your thoughts?
It's simple. Offensively, they limited their turnovers. Defensively, they forced turnovers.
Well, their defense was incredible, wreaking havoc and coming up with steals left and right. Just a tremendous effort.
4 on the clock. The 3, Smith controls the rebound and the putback.
And on the offensive end, this is how Adams hurts you. You have to be aware of where he is at all times.
Reed for 3. Adams grabs the miss.
Finding space on the perimeter, but he couldn't capitalize.
Stan, you look at Naz Reid, he gives you some size, but he is a dangerous scorer, especially from the perimeter.
Absolutely, B.A. And also, Reid is one of the most entertaining players to watch. So many deflections, blocks, dunks, hits threes. He does it all.
Now here's Durant. Shot is up. And they're unable to get the tying bucket there.
Well, I'm surprised that didn't fall for him. We know that's a shot he can hit, and there wasn't much resistance either.
Pass to Conley. Clark outside. No good on the 3. The Rockets trail. Here's Shepherd. And a strong finish with 2 hands.
Making sure of it with the 2-hand slam, B.A.
Yeah, I don't blame him with the score this tight. You cannot take a chance here. Durant with it. Spins. Pass to Adams. Smith outside. And here's Shepherd for 3. Buries it from 3. And now a 3-point Rocket lead.
If you're looking for the game's next great shooter, keep an eye on Shepherd. This kid is special.
Minnesota again missing. Fast break. Here come the Rockets. Durant for three. Sinks it from distance. Durant's got 5 now.
Well, he saw the defender back, and he got the look he liked from 3 and capitalized. Looking to answer the 3 from the other end. Maybe too eager there.
Now here's Durant. No good on the triple.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
Pass to Dillingham. Will it go? It's hauled in by Houston.
They are really struggling to stop this run.
Well, this is a spot where you have to be able to go to your leaders. They need to step up and make a play to turn things around.
On target from range.
Yeah, smooth and focused. KD is so polished, so prolific.
Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thank you, B.A. The Rockets have become a fearsome defensive team, and Coach Ime Udoka said, our young guys were tired of losing, and they bought into it. A huge part is just shifting the mentality and doing our part on that end. Understanding how much that impacts winning, it is a non-negotiable for me. Guys?
They are bought in. Allie, we appreciate the report. And Houston has possession. The Timberwolves getting their last shot to go. Good. And players these days with great ball handling, but occasionally getting away with a carry at times.
Oh, you know, B.A., the old discontinued dribble. I mean, this might be where tracking cameras can start to help because that's such a tough call for an official to assess in the moment. And once more this half, they find a way to get great position inside.
Here's Shepherd. He's got 5. For 3, Smith. Randall pulls down the board. Timberwolves trail by 7. Outside Reed. Wide open look. That's short off the rim.
Well, if you give him that shot again, I'm willing to bet he nails it, especially with that lack of defensive effort.
There's the steal. Fast break. Here we go. Here's Clark. Got a hand on it.
And look at the anticipation from Smith Jr. on that block. His instinct showing through.
Houston working the ball around. Houston with another miss. And here's Randall. He'll bring it up for Minnesota. Right side Reed. Fires the 3. Ooh, once again, off the mark by Minnesota. Houston leading by 7. And Grant, this defense of the Timberwolves, one of the league's stingiest.
Well, if you look up and down their lineup, not many weak links for opponents to target. And then, of course, you've got 4-time Defensive Player of the Year, Rudy Gobert, on that back line. B.A., they're tough.
The 3, Durant. Timberwolves trail by 7. Boy, they'd love if anyone could get a bucket.
Yeah, their offense has been grinding to a halt.
Pass to Conley. Just 5 to shoot. Now Clark. Now Randall. Covered by Smith. Randall can't hit. Smith outside. Outside Durant. To stop the drought. Here's Adams. Smith outside. 4-3. Durant's shot is off.
Well, you can't question his confidence from out there, but it's not falling. Maybe time for a different approach.
Outside Reed. And it's in! Oh! Nails the buzzer beater! Are you kidding?
And credit him for understanding the situation and coming through.
22.
Yeah, really a perfect way to finish that quarter on a strong, positive note.
Kevin Durant has been leading the charge for the Houston Rockets. 8 points in the quarter, showing how effective he can be. And more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way right after this. We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple of quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Houston leading by 5. The 3, Smith. The putback. Oh, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Yeah, great positioning and timing from Şengün there. And his height helps a little too.
And it's a defensive 3-second violation. Minnesota shooting their first foul shot of the game. And the technical free throw is good. A streamlined rebuild for the Rockets. In 2021, they trade away James Harden. 4 years later, the number 2 seed in the West, Graham.
Yeah, and they haven't shortchanged their future either. Sure, they've added key veterans, but the bulk of their roster is still very young with room to grow.
DiVincenzo. It's hauled in by Houston. Pass to Şengün. Back to Thompson. Just 4 to shoot. Houston needs to get off a shot. Can't hit from the elbow. Timberwolves trail by 6. Intercepted. Pass to Okogie. Right side, Green. Six on the shot clock. And here's Şengün. Shoots over Randall. Şengün, no good. Hoop poked away. Thompson with a steal. McDaniels with a steal. Left side, Edwards. Back to Randall. And there's a 3-second violation. And Chris Finch wants a timeout. He's going to take a moment to give him a breather and talk things over. Everyone talks about Jaden McDaniels' defense, and for good reason, Stan.
Well, B.A., one way to get a lot of playing time is to be the best at something. McDaniels is a total lockdown defender on the wing. He can guard anybody.
Into the third. 2 minutes in now. And so Thompson will bring it up for the Rockets. In the second half, they've only given up 1 basket coming on the free throw. Green for 3. Rudy Gobert with a rebound. Timberwolves trail by 6. Here is DiVincenzo. Edwards looking it over. Shot clock at 5. Back to DiVincenzo. That 3's off the mark. Houston leading by 6. Thompson outside. Pass to Okogie. And Jaden McDaniels picks up the foul. That's his first foul of the game.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Ooh, Gobert with a steal.
Well, he was laying in wait for that pass. Terrific read to get a jump on.
Back to Edwards. Outside McDaniels. 5 on the clock. Shoots from the baseline. Okogie pulls down the board. And here's Green from the arc. Thompson. It's good on the putback. And the Rockets lead by 8.
You know, we talk about the value of size out of the backcourt, and that sequence by Thompson is a great example.
And here are the Rockets. The ball's knocked loose. Ooh, McDaniels with a steal. On up the court. And he draws body contact. Looks like a blocking foul. He was in the shooting motion, so he'll head to the line. That one on Şengün. Stan, a recent development in Anthony Edwards' game is three-point shooting.
Yeah, Brian, he led the league in threes attempted last year and shot it at a good percentage, too. He's such a good driver. Taking lots of threes will open things up for him.
It's both from the stripe. The #1 overall pick in 2020. Greg, you think Anthony Edwards has a shot to become the best American-born player in the NBA?
You know, I think his aspiration is higher than that, B.A. He's thinking MVP, face of the league. And if you ask me, he has the talent to do it.
Now here's McDaniels. Pass to Randall. Randall draws the double. It's McDaniels on the wing. Now here's Gobert. Shoots. Ooh, once again, off the mark by Minnesota. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Thanks a lot, guys. Anthony Edwards keeps a tight circle. He said, I've known my whole crew since I was 13, and that's the answer to everything. And the crew includes those voices of wisdom, too. He said, quote, I keep those types of friends around. I'm not the type that always listens, but I'll listen to my elders. Back to you guys.
Okay, Allie, thanks a lot. Getting a good look. Edwards.
In a tight game, they wanted to make sure of that possession.
Now Thompson. Pass to Okogie. Here's Durant. Durant draws the double. To the wing on the left. Şengün. Three-pointer off the mark. Timberwolves trail by 6. We've got 1:28 left to play in the third. Edwards is doubled. Left side McDaniels. Over Thompson. And the jam by Gobert.
An awesome athlete. It's fun watching Gobert get up and hammer it down with force.
Shot is good by Edwards.
Look, he's the kind of player that has you awake at 3 a.m. asking yourself, how do I stop that?
Now here's Thompson. Outside Durant. There's the three. The putback. Controls the rebound and the putback.
Rock solid screen right there. The defender got completely lost.
Yeah, you've got to lock and trail hard. You can't allow him to clean look.
Substitution on the board.
And Chris Finch wants a timeout. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy. And prior to last season, the Timberwolves had never won a playoff series in consecutive seasons, Stan.
Yeah, and so now they make the conference finals 2 seasons in a row. The most sustained success this franchise has ever known.
There's 42 seconds left to play in the third quarter. Down low. Pass to Clark. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Stolen by Thompson. Durant for 3. The basket's good. Off the assist from Thompson. Durant's got 13. And it's Conley with the ball for the T-Wolves. Here's Freeman. Green covering. Freeman misses. A count. Oh, and the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target. And so it's Houston closing out the quarter with a 7-point lead. Their key to consistency has been their dominance in the paint. they've been the more physical team. We'll be right back with you shortly. Fourth quarter action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. Timberwolves trail by 7. Now here's Conley. Capella with the defensive effort. And here are the Rockets now. And now we have an intentional foul. I'm not sure why.
Yeah, bizarre play, B.A. Not sure what got into him. He don't want to stop the clock right there. I'm not quite sure what he was thinking.
And Chris Finch has called timeout, rallying his guys to make sure they all know the plan. And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
I was able to listen in on what Chris Finch was going over with his team. He was very upbeat and positive, saying to his guys, let's go. I want you guys to up the pace. Look to push the ball up the floor whenever you can. They cannot stop us in transition. Let's see how the team responds. Guys?
Okay, good stuff. Thank you, Allie. And there's the 8-second violation as they can't get it across half court in time. Pass to Edwards. Back to Conley. Just 5 on the clock. And here's Clark. From deep. Rebounded by Green.
I know that he has the ability and confidence to sink that shot. But better luck next time, maybe.
That's one of those heat check shots. And heat check is a synonym for bad shot.
Now here's Durant. And he nails that one right through the heart. And the Rockets lead by 9. Boy, they need something to go to regain some confidence.
No question. Way too many empty possessions for them. And I'm surprised that didn't go down. I mean, I'm sure he is too.
Pass to Green. Back to Finney-Smith. The 3 is up. The rebound by the Timberwolves. Now here's Edwards. Nice move. Oh, Edwards bringing the heat.
Well, when Edwards gets this hot, all an opponent can hope to do is limit the damage.
Outside Durant. From deep. Sends it home from three-point land. Durant's got 5 points now this quarter.
And he's not taking it easy on them at all. I mean, we all know he's going to keep pouring it on.
And defensively, that kind of effort is just not going to cut it.
With the explosive leaping ability, he's able to play center despite being undersized.
Here's Durant. The Timberwolves getting their last shot to go. Pass to Finney-Smith. Lets it go from deep. Clark grabs the board. Timberwolves trail by 8. Reed in the post. Tipped. It's McDaniels on the wing. Finney-Smith pulls it in. Outside Durant. Over Edwards. The kick to Durant. Fires from deep. That one is off.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
Here's Edwards. Oh, plenty of contact on that shot. Officials call the foul, and he'll take 2 free throws now.
He's built like a linebacker, Edwards is. So tough to stop.
And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for the Rockets.
Well, they've been absolutely on fire from deep. And until the defense offers more resistance, the coaches are going to keep encouraging them to let it fly.
so he gets them both.
Yeah, great effort tonight, and he's been rewarded with trips to the line.
Out left to the wing. An open look for Smith. And another miss by Houston.
I know he's on a cold streak, but he can't let that get in his head.
Yeah, they might want to draw something up here to get him something at the rim or get him to the free throw line. Sometimes that's all it takes to snap a cold streak. Yeah, you wonder what is he thinking right now. He's not shooting the ball well, and shots like that only hurt his team more.
Here's Durant. Now Şengün. And he powers it down, one-handed.
The textbook work by Şengün, setting a solid screen and then getting open.
Here's DiVincenzo. And here we go, the Rockets in transition. Now Thompson. Oh, he jammed it.
He's a living highlight reel.
Seriously, that could end up being one of the best dunks of the year. It's good from beyond the arc.
And when McDaniels is hitting this, look out, because it opens up everything else for him offensively.
Now here's Thompson. Durant surveying the D. Clock at 6. Here's Smith. DiVincenzo with a steal. McDaniels with it. Now Thompson defending. Now Edwards. Randall outside. Clock at 4. McDaniels. Oh, missed on the tray. And so Thompson will bring it up for Houston. Here's Smith. Durant. KD. What else would you expect?
Both sides are simply waiting for the clock to make it official. This is going to end up in the books as a nice win for the Rockets.
And as we see the game wind down, you have to remember all the second chance buckets this team put on the board.
They definitely won it with their offensive rebounding. We watched them attack the ball and turn misses into makes all game long.
And of all the highlights and performances we've seen here tonight, the one thing that stands out is what an unbelievable night it's been for Kevin Durant.
Well, as a coach, it's so fun to watch a player dominate the game offensively like he did in this one.
The officials were right on top of that one.
Team foul. Shooting for Minnesota, Anthony Edwards, taking 2 shots.
So the first one drops, and that brings him within single digits. And both free throws good for Edwards. And they've been careless with the ball tonight.
Yeah, it's a lack of focus and a lack of discipline. They're better than this.
Picked by Smith. From deep. No good. And so it's Houston winning this one. This one was a fun one to watch. They were clearly in the driver's seat down the stretch.
They really were, B.A. They played with great intensity on both ends of the floor, and they didn't allow their mistakes to get the better of them.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. From Grant Hill, Allie.
I'm a Tommy boy, don't lie, so I ain't gon' slide at that.